Hello, Darren Gleeson's my name. I'm the CEO of TaxFitness. Today we're going to produce a business benchmarking report. Once we've logged into the TaxFitness software, this is the screen you will see first. We use little arrows on the side to click through between tax planning report and business advisory benchmarking report. Okay, the first thing we're going to have a look at is the database business benchmarks. The database has got over 400 different industries. For example, here we've got accounting practices top 20%. Basically, the 400 industries in the database are made up of approximately 100 ATO small business benchmarks, which are of limited value for benchmarking business, but may help keep the client out of the ATO sites. And then 300 business benchmarks for different industries that are focused on the top 20% most profitable, highest performing businesses in that industry. For example, this benchmark for accounting practice top 20%, these are the benchmarks achieved by the top 20% accounting practices in Australia. As we can see, the benchmarks only cover 6 or 7 main items: cost of goods sold, subcontractors, rent, wages, overhead, owner's compensation, and a profit figure. Also, the benchmarks actually includes an explanation about some of the financial metrics and some of the non-financial metrics as well. Okay, if we go back to our database, when you're looking to benchmark a business, put in the search bar and find the industry you're after. If you can't find the exact match, you can use an industry that's similar, or otherwise you can actually click on this request new business benchmarks and actually send us an email, and within a couple of hours normally, or a maximum 24 hours. The business advisory database has got approximately 400 different pre-written strategies, and they're divided into different segments or filters. For example, if you want to look at increasing sales for a business, we click on increase sales filter, and we've got, or in this case, about 30 different categories. In each category, the top 10 are at the top of the filter, and they're the ones with the stars. Go and quickly have a look. Google reviews. Great method to increase sales of almost every business. Here's a bit of an explanation of why it works: social proof, improved visibility, customer trust, word of mouth, competitive advantage, etc. And this is the implementation process. It's one of those things that we know from experience, dealing with clients works 100%, but a lot of people are just too lazy to implement it. Okay, now we'll go across to my clients, and we shall add a new client. It may be, what should we call it? XYZ Accounting Proprietary Limited. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we're going to want to get some financial data in. First of all, we'll bring in the comparative data from the year before. Ideally, the client is set up through Xero, so we'll import the data through in about 30 seconds. Find the organisation. Okay, we've just imported the 24 financial data for this client. Now we want to change the year to the 25th because we're doing benchmarking, and we want to import the 25th financial year data. Because it's the 7th of February today, we will be importing the data from the 1st of July 24 right through to the 7th of February. Okay, there we go. We've got the financial data in, and we've got the comparative data as well. Next thing we want to do is we want to quickly create a new report. Click across the arrows until we get to the business advisory. Select the client, XYZ Accounting in this circumstance. Now we need to find what industry relates to it. In this case, accounting practice. So there's accounting practice. Oh, up the top. Can't go wrong. Okay. So we've got the prior year data in there, and we've got the actuals imported. The other thing is that the data imported is based on how it was actually coded up in the Xero financials. So like the owner's compensation, for example, which will be owner's director's fees and all that, that's actually been coded up in Xero to wages, so we're going to need to make an adjustment. So in this case, we're going to need to adjust that to, and just reduce that figure there, in this case. Okay, the other thing is the target percentages are as per the top 20% of accounting practice. If we think the figures are incorrect, we can actually change those. So if we think the rent really should only be 4%, not 7%, we can change that. Okay, over here shows where we're at with the client. Last year, $370,000 profit for the full year. For the 7 months to date, we've got $216,000 actual profit. But if we met our benchmarks, we'd have $321,000 extra profit. Okay, what seems to be the problem? In this case, it looks like we've got really, so we need to think about how we can fix that. We'll continue on. We've got 250 or so different strategies. If we want to, for example, think about the overheads, we just untick these filters here, and we just focus on the strategies that, have a look at the strategies that will deal with reducing overheads. What could reduce overheads? Leverage ChatGPT, renegotiate contracts, get some quotes, audit expenses. How about outsourcing? Normally we pick 3, 5, 7 of these strategies. If you want to fine tune the strategies, we just click on implementation, and we can go in there and we can change the estimated value of the savings by just clicking on the value button in a second. The value button there. We've got $100,000 worth of potential savings, and then we've got the pre-written strategy explanation and implementation advice. We can actually override this or add more to it. Aaron, talk to me about this, and I will help you implement it. So you can customize it exactly how you like. It's all up to you, and it won't affect the master database. Okay, we've picked our strategies for dealing with the problem, and in this case, the problem is too many overheads, but other clients could be too much cost of goods sold, too much wages, too much rent, whatever. The other thing is what we want to do is we want to generally tick 3 to 5 strategies as well on increasing sales, because everybody likes more sales. It doesn't matter what size your business is. So increasing sales, up the top is the 10 most popular strategies to increase sales. What could we do? We could put our prices up. Good idea. Get some sales training for the staff, get some Google reviews. What about upselling? Okay, that should take care of that. We continue on. Once the horse stops running, we shall have the repair and the report. The report, of course, will be in your corporate colours with your branding and your address, etc. And you do that by updating the My Practice section. Okay, the report's in actually 9 different sections. If we want to shorten the report, we can just untick this, any little sections, and it will shorten the report for this time. So we've got complete customisation of the report. If we're happy with the current size of the report with the 9 sections, we continue on. Standard about business advisory. Okay. Page 2 is probably the most interesting for the clients. This sort of, in one page, highlights what they achieved last year, $370,000 profit, what they've achieved this year in 7 months to date, to the 7th of February 25, and what they really should have achieved to date, 321. So if they met the benchmarks for the top 20%, they would have had an extra $100,000 profit. Okay. Here looks what the problem is. Problem is basically too much overhead. Okay. The rent's a little bit, but it's not material, and the owner's compensation, they've taken a lot of money out, but that's really still part of the profit deal. So overheads in this case, what we're going to do about it, or talk to the client about it, renegotiate contracts, outsourcing, leverage ChatGPT, audit expenses, get some quotes, and then we've got some strategies in there about increasing sales as well, upselling, raise your prices, sales trainings, Google reviews. Here's the taxable income. This year we could actually have 4 years of comparatives in there if we wanted to, which looks pretty cool. Net worth. What we recommend with the net worth is we put a goodwill figure for the business. We value it, informally value it, and put the change in value in each year. Here's our strategies in detail. And our disclaimer to protect yourselves. So first draft of the report, which is looking pretty good. What's it taken us? 5 minutes. Okay, we come down here. If we can view the report, the PDF, we can view it, and if we're happy with it, we can print it out. Otherwise, we can download it, save it, email it to the client, and go from there. The other thing is, you might sleep on it overnight, come back tomorrow and think, gee, I missed out a strategy, so we just go to Edit Report, continue on. Maybe you want to put an extra strategy in, buy your business premises or whatever. Save the report. Okay, with the business advisory reports, we recommend they be done quarterly for all business clients. So when you get the VAS return, you can do a very basic, simplistic, probably a one-page business advisory report. And then for all business clients, annually when you do the June 30th financials and tax returns, you get the client in to go through that annual compliance stuff. We can also do a basic business advisory report for them at that time as well. And the basic business advisory report actually generate fees from it, from the implementation and the monitoring. Okay. In the marketing and resources section, we got some resources and marketing tools, and we also got some price lists on how to charge for the business advisory report. If in your practice that you not generating any business advisory fees or business benchmarking fees, you may want to have a look at our annual premium subscription. Our annual premium subscription, $4,800 plus GST per year, which actually includes 12 months of the annual subscription, but also includes unlimited mentoring and flexible one-on-one Zoom training sessions as required for the practice over a 12-month period, whereby we work with you and your clients to actually generate tax planning, business advisory, and business benchmarking fees. We find that most practices can benefit from taking an annual premium subscription the first year. We train them up, help them get the maximum benefit out of the software and also the client base. And then after the first 12 months, they can drop back to an annual subscription.